everybody, Tachi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back. To everybody new, hello and welcome. I have Oscar here. Oscar's a full-bodied silicone baby. He's the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor. And I'm going to do a special drink and wet feeding today. Well, we'll see how it goes. Something new to me. I was in Walmart the other day and seen these really cool bottles. I mean, we've all seen them before. They've been around forever, and I think they're coming back into popularity, which is the bottles that have the disposable liners in them, often made by Platex. So I actually got a 3-pack of these suckers. I knew I wanted to modify one, which I, put the silicone in, and that is whatchamacallit, curing right now. And I knew I wanted to make at least one and try to do a drink and wet. I made the mistake. I already ruined one of the nipples because I cut it too much. And I might have even done this one too much, even though I only did it a tiny bit. So I would suggest to anyone getting these, if you're going to use them for a drink and wet, try it out first without cutting any extra hole in the nipple at all. Because it's I guess you could get different ones, but this one was the medium flow one. And I have a feeling now, of course, I don't have another one to try because the other one has the silicone in it to make for the reborn babies. But I have a feeling that the medium flow will be fine just on its own, just by virtue of that when I tip it a little bit, like now with just a little whole extra modified, it's like really spilling out. So yeah, so I think it would have actually been all right, but I hope this isn't too much. If it is, it just kind of spills out of his mouth a little more, but anyway, we shall see. So I'm just putting a little bit of the lubricating jelly to protect the paint on his mouth. It's a little trick some of us do, us collectors of silicone babies. And this is it's like a generic for a KY jelly. So anything water-based lubricating jelly works really good. So we're gonna give this a shot because I thought this would be really cool to use this type of bottle. I personally haven't seen one or tried one, for a drink and wet system. Not saying nobody has done it, just saying I haven't seen it. So thought it would be pretty cool. Now Platex, Platex nipples are a little bit softer. I like specific nipples because like his mouth is open, but it's you're gonna give a hard time taking this. I'm gonna have to wiggle that in. It's only because the nipple is softer, and when it's not as firm, it kind of wiggles around, but that's okay as long as we can work it through. If he'll take it, that is awesome. So let's see if we can get this so you can all see what's going on here. Y'all see? See, when I had it tipped, it was just kind of like squirting out. So I'm thinking don't really see it coming. Is Oscar just not so hungry? But I also figured you could easily press on the bag a little bit. I don't know what it's doing yet, so I don't want to do that yet, but if it starts not to go down, I will do that because I figured worst case, just press the bag, So that'll be cool. So I think this is gonna work out and be fun. Sorry about the background. It's just my little caddy that I keep like diapers and you know, brushes and just little necessity things that I keep over when I make videos. But look terrible in the background. So, I'm actually recording this the same night or like early in the AM hours that I recorded the video sharing the newest Pixie baby born. So I just had introduced a baby that Ivory born, the Elijah sculpt by Joanna Kazmierzak. And I'll tell you, like the home stretch of when I'm you know, finishing up a baby, and he's now the 6th baby that I've reborn. So the home stretch, I like really focus so much on those, you know, last and final details, and just really am just like MIA for like, you know, this particular baby was like was a challenge for me, I guess you could say. So he just took even extra time. It was like a whole week that I was like on, just doing like details and like end stuff. But when that occurs and like the focus is on a new baby or creating a new baby, the first thing I do afterwards is like go right to Oscar, because I miss him. Like I truly crave that, you know, just changing him and making videos with him and picking him up every day. I actually miss that, and he's like my go-to baby when I've been busy for a while. And even if I've been busy with you know, things going on in life, whatever the case may be, it's the same thing. I just I love how this bottle's, sorry, I'm like all over the place. I love how this bottle like bounces. Like it really looks like he's drinking it, you know. It's very realistic. You see, you can just gently like go like this, and it really looks like he's feeding. So the one that I modified, which I can use for him as well. It just wouldn't be a drink and wet feeding, and I can use for the reborns, but it'll also look really cute, nice on the reborn's face, you know, just going like this. I like the wider mouth bottles. I don't know. I just prefer them. I think for role play purposes, for our dolls, like it makes them look really realistic. So this is so cool with the little bag, right? So Oscar is in his little peach outfit. Did I even share this on YouTube? I'm not even sure. As some of you know, last week was a rough week for me. I had only put out like one video. It's kind of like a week and a half now, but you know, I had a really rough week, and some friends, you know, knew it, of course. Everybody knew it, but my dear friend Kelly, over at Kelly Girl, she knew that I was looking for this sold out print by Quincy May, the Ivory Peach collection. And she was so sweet. She sent me the pieces of the collection that she had. She gave up her own to send me, because she said they weren't like, you know, her favorite like pieces or go-to pieces, and she knew that I would enjoy them. But I just thought that was, you know, such a sweet gift. So Oscar got the little bubble romper, the pixie hat with the peaches, and also the sleeper. I haven't had the sleeper on him yet. I want to put that on him. So that was really, really so sweet. And then also, Linda from over at Birdie's Babies sent me a complete surprise, this beautiful card, and several, like a bunch of little micro preemie outfits from Itsy Bitsy Baby, also to cheer me up, as she, knew that I was, having a difficult week. And it was really just so heartwarming, so unexpected. I'll have to share that card. It's just such a beautiful card. And she thought that I would really enjoy the micro preemie outfits, not only for, like Judith, but for, she was thinking for, future Pixie NICU babies that I might send home, which is so funny because right prior to that, I was just thinking about like needing to order like some NICU teas and stuff for Pixie babies, future Pixie babies that will go home. So like that was so sweet and so helpful. And let's see. So we're getting like a little wet here. Dribbling. I wonder if that's when I was pushing on it. I'm trying to see. How we doing, Oscar? It's so hard for mommy to see what you are taking, and if I'm not sure if the pushing like this is making him take any. I don't see any bubbles. But I know pushing on the bag is going to push some out. But let's see how we did here. I don't want to take it out of his mouth because then this is going to... See how it's just dripping out? I don't know if you all can see that. I dripped it on the bib, but let's see. Yeah, he really didn't take much though, because I think there was only like maybe a little over 6 ounces in this. So let's see, Oscar. In essence, we got some dribble on the bib. It didn't go through. It's starting to though. Oh goodness gracious. Whoops, we got some spit out of his mouth there. Oh buddy. Whoop. More spit. Okay, let's lay you back for a minute. See, I think the flow is just, I can't believe. I got the 3-pack and I'm like, oh, that's so great. It comes with the, 3 bottles, and I'll have one for, one to modify and one to potentially mess up on, which I definitely did. And then hopefully one that will go right, which was supposed to be this one, but I shouldn't have cut it at all. Let's get you. Whoa, yeah, we're getting spit. So he's spitting up. I think it's just coming out too fast. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pick up a pack of nipples for these bottles. Goodness. And buying the nipples for them is like as expensive as buying the bottle itself. It's like ridiculous. And the inserts too, they're rather expensive, because look at him, how much he's dribbling out. Like none of it really went down. So I don't know, but I definitely want to see if the nipple not modified will do any better. Otherwise, I can tell you all that if it doesn't work out, see, this is soaked. Like all that came out of his mouth. I can tell you all that if they're not good for drinking wet, they're definitely going to be great for just, sealing the nipple with a silicone and, mixing in your fake formula and having a fake Fox bottle. That these will be really fun for that purpose, if not for the drinking wet. So it's so funny because I remember that the Platex bottle system, with the drop-ins, being around when my oldest daughter was a baby, and she is gonna be turning 27 now. So not only does like clothing styles and that stuff come back around, but apparently bottle styles. And then we also have like the vintage, the rubber pacifiers, and all natural things. And it's like back to the vintage days. Because what this is now, I remember the drop-ins that we had, they were like plastic. See, these are nice because they have the ring on them. So it just you just drop in the plastic and then pour the formula in. When my daughter was little, it was like a plastic thing. You had to pull it down over the mouth of the bottle and then close it on to seal, which of course left room for, leakages and things to go wrong. I don't know when they started making the drop-ins, if my daughter was still a baby or not. I know I had a couple of the bottles, and they were okay, but it was really hard to tell in the measurements because the bags were not structured like this. Like, these bags have like stability and structure to them, whereas the bags and the ones from the older days, they were just like baggies. They just didn't have any structure to them. So it was very hard to actually gauge the amount of ounces a baby was taking, especially for for a newborn baby, where you're only measuring half an ounce, an ounce and a half, 2 ounces. You need to be able to see exactly how much your baby took at that time. So that was my problem with those bottles from way back when. Nowadays, they make them different, and I'm guessing probably any bottle that your baby gets used to, the style and the style of the nipple and stuff will work. They got all the fancy stuff and the anti-colic stuff and all that, and I'm sure, like I said, all the bottles probably work pretty good. And if you use it in conjunction with whatever, if they take a passy. Now, if you have a breastfed baby, there may be certain bottles that, breastfed babies are more, likely to take, to wean, because that can be hard, that can be difficult, for a baby to transition from breast to bottle. And hey, I still insist sometimes we go through all this for feedings, and it might be easier. I get comments on my breastfeeding video almost still on a daily basis, and that video is like 2 years old. And some of the comments are people are like, oh, you need therapy or whatever, you're nuts. And, I think people read into it a little too much. Like, it's not something that I normally do. It was kind of just making a statement because it was just for a number of reasons. But what sparked it was another community member getting made fun of for posting a photo on their Instagram. That's actually what started and sparked that whole thing. But I still get countless requests to this day to do more of those videos. So all this fuss and muss with bottles, you know what? I just might. I don't think I would do it in the same fashion because, as I said, that was just more of like a, prove a point type of thing. Not something I, you know, have it done, I do off camera or have even done again on camera, but that's not the point. It's just, I think it would make a fun role play. So I would do something a little more discreet, but wouldn't it be cool if I was just sitting here and gave like the illusion like, okay, Oscar's getting fed now, like that type of thing. So I may do that for you all. What do you all think about a little more milder version of the breastfeeding role play? Because I truly still stand by the point of there's two ways to, feed a real baby, and in role play, it's, either way should just be perfectly acceptable. So how the heck we got on that topic, I don't know. I guess because the Platex nurser with the drop-ins didn't work out. Like, it's just a pain in the butt, and my shirt is so, look at how wet. So this all came back up out his mouth, and that the reason being why, and his diaper is bone dry. I'm gonna change it anyway off camera just to check, but yeah, that all. And the reason being because I know, this doll well is because the flow is just too fast, so it was just kind of pouring it into his mouth, and not like a slow drip down the tube. So anywho, that was my video for today. It was just something fun and new to try, and I think it could work if I hadn't, put an extra little cut in the top of that nipple. If I had just left it the way that it came. But I've never had a bottle that I didn't have to modify and cut pretty decent sized holes in. So I didn't realize that this was gonna, be such a heavy flow. So, all right. That about wraps it up, except for the fact to make sure you look down below and smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Also, if you would like to see photos of all the babies in my collection, including Oscar, there's always a link in the description to follow me on Instagram. And in addition, my channel does have an exclusive membership. If you would like to become a part of the Pixie Squad, come behind the scenes with me. Lots going on in there. My whole journey, new in painting reborn babies, exclusive live streams, and all that is in there. You can click the blue join button next to subscribe, or there's always a link in the description below. It's $1.99 a month. It's all inclusive. You can cancel at any time. You must be 18 years or older to join, but for about the price of only 1 cup of coffee a month. It's just a lot going on in there, and we have a lot of fun in there. So come on in and check it out. Don't forget on your way out to give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what kind of bottles have you tried for your drink and wet systems, and or if you don't have a silicone baby or a silicone with a drink and wet, what do you imagine it to be? What kind of bottle would you try first? Give me some feedback on drink and wet bottles and what's the preference out there, and has anybody tried the ones with the drop-ins? Let me know in the comments. All right, everyone. Till next time. God bless.